Let's piss some people off.
In my last episode, becoming the woman I used to pray to be, even when I still want more, I spoke about that fragile space between gratitude and desire, about being proud of how far I'd come, but still feeling something missing. I talked about the woman I used to pray to become all these years, and how, even though I finally saw her in the mirror, a part of me still whispered, there's more. There's still more. I want more. What I didn't know was that 5 days after recording that episode, on a Saturday night that seemed just ordinary, the answer I've been chasing for years would arrive. This episode is the story of that moment, the night my purpose found me, and the birth of the House of Spice. For years, I've been searching for my purpose. Not a career, not a title, but a calling. I knew it had something to do with helping women, helping them heal, believe, rise. But what I never knew, it was how I was going to make this happen. When I launched this podcast, I thought that was it. I thought that this was the avenue I was meant to do, to be able to do that. It gave me a voice, connection, and truth. Yet even then, I felt a gentle pull inside saying, this is only the beginning. Some days or some nights, I'll just lie awake grateful, but restless. Feeling like purpose was so close I could almost touch it, but it's not there. So I kept asking, show me what I'm meant to do. That's everything I could keep on thinking, and everything that I could keep replying to myself. Then came that Saturday night, the Versace mansion, warm air, music floating through the courtyard, the pool glowing like liquid gold. That day was amazing, even though it did rain a little. I was surrounded by beautiful energy, by women radiating strength and femininity. And in that moment, something shifted in me. It wasn't about where I was. It was about what I felt in that moment. A surge of clarity, ancestral almost. A whisper that said, this is what alignment feels like. It just felt too good to be even letting go of that feeling. I didn't know it then, but that night, that afternoon planted a seed in me. The seed that would become the House of Spice. And no, it did not begin as a business idea. It began as a feeling, a vision, kept replaying in my mind all the time. Going back to that day, a home for women to come together, not to pretend, not to compete, but to heal, to rise, to remember who they are. A space where softness is sacred and truth is safe, where vulnerability is strength and sisterhood is medicine. It was the space I always needed, but never had, sadly. And I realized I was meant to build it. The podcast gave me a voice. This podcast has given me a voice. And the House of Spice would give that voice finally a home. The House of Spice is for the women who have been strong for too long, for the ones who love deeply and heal quietly, for the ones who know they're meant for more but don't know how to get there yet. The night after I started building this, I sat with Kevin, my husband, to read him the blueprint of my idea. And I thought I'd be calm, just explaining the vision and everything that I was envisioning with the House of Spice. But then I reached the part about the philanthropic side, and I'm not gonna lie, about helping women who have been silenced, hurt, or forgotten, and I started crying. I could not stop myself from crying. Not the soft kind of crying, the kind that comes from your soul. So I was very emotional, got really emotional while reading the philanthropic side, because it touches a very deep part of my heart and a lot of things that I've gone through. In that moment, I understood why everything had to happen the way it did. For example, every painful season was preparing me to build this. When I talked about creating a foundation for women to receive therapy, healing, and second chances, I felt something ignite inside of me. It was so emotional, because purpose isn't about success, it's about service. At least that's how I see it. That night, I saw my calling for what it really was, not just to inspire women, but to create a way for them to heal and thrive, in a space for them to feel safe, to feel loved, to feel seen, where women go and they never ever feel judged. Looking back, I realized every episode was preparation. Every episode that I've done so far has been getting me ready to get to the next level of my journey. Whether it's talking about healing, whether it's talking about boundaries, whether it's talking about whatever it is in your life. I Am Spice was my voice finding its truth. The House of Spice is that truth turning into action. Here, we don't just talk about boundaries, we build them. We don't just speak about healing, but we live it. It's not just the voice, but it's like the action behind the word. Every story was a step toward this moment, because healing alone is survival, but healing together as a sisterhood, that's transformation. After that trip to Miami, life picked up again really fast. Work, podcast, emails, the daily noise. But this time I felt peace in the chaos, even while doing ordinary things around the house, like cooking, planning, writing. I kept hearing that voice constantly in my head. Don't lose this. Don't let the fire fade. Don't lose that flame. Because when I left Miami, I just felt like a fire had been lifted in my soul, and it's something that I have not been able to let go. Once you felt alignment, you can't pretend you don't know what it feels like. You can't unsee your truth. You can't unknow your calling. That clarity becomes your compass and your north on whatever you are thriving for in life. And no matter how busy life gets, your soul keeps guiding you home where your purpose really is. Purpose doesn't wait for you to be ready. That is not how it works. It shows up to make you ready. Either you are, or you just don't do anything. It really shows up to make you ready. Because if you were to get ready for things, you honestly would not get ready. And that's the irony of life. It comes through stillness, heartbreak, or divine timing in disguise. It shows up in the middle of your everyday life, whenever, the least time you expect it, while you're doing ordinary things, while with an extraordinary heart. That's how it literally found me. Not through planning, but through peace. If you're listening and wondering when your moment will come, you know this is already whispering to you. Stop chasing purpose. Start listening for it. That's how it truly gets to you. Take a deep breath. Ask yourself, what's trying to be born through me? What dream refuses to die no matter how many times I try to bury it? Because we do this often. We try to self-sabotage ourselves and say, no, I can't do it. No, this is too big. No, there's no way I can do this. But it always comes back because it's part of your purpose. That whisper is your direction. You won't have to force it. You just have to listen. Because you don't need to find your path. You just need to remember it. When I recorded episode 19, I thought I was simply expressing gratitude for everything that I've been through and everything that I have now. But now I see that that was a prayer before the answer. Gratitude opened the door and purpose walked in. The House of Spice was born from that same alignment, from years of searching, healing, and finally surrendering to my purpose. It was right in front of my face and easy to see it, but it was just not the time yet. The House of Spice isn't just mine, it's ours. It's for every woman who has carried too much, healed in silence, and still found a way to rise. It's proof that your story still holds power and that your purpose is already waiting inside you. So sit with this, breathe it in, and remember this is your awakening too. Move towards your purpose and never give up. Don't start giving up now. Never give up on pursuing it. I am Spice, and this is I Am Spice, the podcast, unfiltered, unapologetic, and unstoppable. Subscribe, send this to your peers. Thank you for watching, and please subscribe, hit that bell button, and until the next one.
And remember, we're unfiltered, unapologetic, and unstoppable. That's that.